What's good, y'all? It's your boy Lazarus, back at it again with another video. And today we got an interesting one. This is a woman that kind of does content similar to me, because I don't only get on women on my channel, I get on men in my channel as well. And I'm guessing she was recommended to me because I look up content that's similar to mine, clearly. But before I get on to this, I want to say that Alexis Exodus, your presentations are A1. I have to give you credit for that. The way you present your videos, the way you got it all like organized, I gotta give her credit for that. She is very good at that. But her content, she gets on black men, black women, and white women, but she does not get on white men because apparently white men is perfect. And you'll see what I mean. You'll see what I mean when we get into this video right here. This is an alpha men fast facts, okay? I build infrastructure and economies. I make more moves and less announcements. I have value and cherish marriage and family. I don't degrade, bully women. That's feminine. So only women are allowed to degrade each other? Wait, hold on. That's feminine? If that's the case, then why degrading is not degrading, and if even if it's a woman, right? Degrading and bullying other women is not good if you're a woman too. Why is that even considered feminine? That should just be considered wrong. Okay. Fun fact, alpha men don't exist in Blackistan because Dusties are all subjugated. I'm gonna tell you this right now. This woman clearly doesn't think that black men could ever be high value. That is a bad way of thinking. Terrible way of thinking for our community. Well, it's crazy. She said tall, dark, and handsome, strong jawlines and chiseled features. Okay, but that's not tall, dark, and handsome. And you just said they just don't exist in Blackistan, so why you say dark? Maybe it was an error in the typing. Real alpha men are confident, strong, and successful men who are protectors and providers. They are the true definition of high value men, as they have high value net worths. But okay, peep that, high value net worths. When women look at this guy right here, or a white man in general that just keeps himself up, they already assume that he has a high value net worth. I'm just telling you straight up. And if we look good as a black man, we're either considered as a rapper, some type of celebrity, whether music industry or entertainment industry, such as basketball, football, whatever the case may be, or a dope dealer. Yeah. Where else? But also possesses good values and integrity. They are intelligent, smart, charismatic, wise, and great leaders, and practice logical and sound decision making. They understand the value of familia unit and cherish their wives and children. There's plenty of black men that do the same thing, but we just not gonna talk about that. We just not gonna talk. Okay. And the Latin community too. but she don't talk about them either. I only saw one video.
Subject matter again, because we've seen a bunch of videos that have gone viral of true alpha men and Zaddy checking these dusty betas. Shout out to Sinji for calling them dusties. According to Dusty Manosphere Logic, they are all alphas. They all go around touting about being alpha men. The reality, though, is that this
They don't go around calling themselves alphas. See, this is one thing that I think women don't really get. Alpha is a mindset. You're not you're not alpha. You either beta or alpha, and beta is a mindset as well. Alpha is a mindset. These things are not terms to label you as something. That's why when people talk about being alpha, they're talking about having the mindset of it. So theoretically, nobody's out here calling themselves alpha. I've seen so many people that make alpha male content but never address themselves as alpha because it's a mindset. And with every mindset, there are any perfections. It will just never be perfect. You're going to make errors and mistakes in the game. That's like you playing a video game and you never die. Or you're playing the video game on the hardest difficulty and you never die. That's theoretically impossible. If you guys play Dark Souls, you know what I'm saying. There's literally no way you could play any Dark Souls type of game and not die to learn how to fight off the boss. There's just no way. So what this woman is even saying, no, I don't care. And mind you, I already know if she sees my video, she's gonna try to roast me anyway. This is just the type of woman she is. Even if she finds my video, if it ends up blowing up, bro, oh well, I'll accept the consequences. I ain't afraid of that. But okay.
this simply is not true. Blackistan has this caricature of what they believe masculinity looks like because they're not genuinely alpha men. The community is full of betas, so they just go around mimicking what they
So all black men are betas.
see on movies and TV, and none of them are really alphas. So in the real world, real alpha men aren't subjugated like Dusties are. They're dominant. They possess resources. They collect assets.
Wait, Pete, what she just said?
They're dominant.
Dominant? And the way you display your dominance is having leadership. Okay?
They possess resources.
That is the second thing. The second thing she mentioned. This is exactly why. To all my brothers that's watching, this is exactly why white men are viewed as the hierarchy. Like automatically off rip because they have resources and assets. And it's not necessarily saying that, oh, Latinos don't have it, Asians don't have it. Black men, though, typically, we're not viewed as that because our fathers don't make the proper investments to have said assets. And I say this, that in my community, we did not want to learn from the white man. We didn't want to learn. We didn't want to know how to make more money. Even though the information was available from them, we didn't want to go to them because it was supposed to be a sense of pride. Like if you go to them, you're a coon or something like that. But there's men such as, what's that brother's name? Tariq Nasheed. That right there, I don't know if she knows Tariq Nasheed, but she probably just gonna get on him just because he made Playboy books. But Tariq It's literally all these characters. All these characteristics, my bad. So it's just like, yeah. But guess what he did though? He learned from the white men. So it could benefit him and his people. Most of our brothers and sisters didn't want to do that. Even though they knew they should.
They collect assets, they create infrastructure, they create a
They create infrastructure and economies. So we just gonna discredit all the Latino men and the black men that work in construction.
economies and they build. And they also honor their wives and love their children. Okay, so we know that Dusties are not alpha. So I want to get into some examples.
Mind you, every time she says Dusty, she's talking about men of my color.
Of real alpha men schooling Dusties on what it means to be men. So let's watch this first clip and then we will talk through.
As a male, I could have 18, 30, 40, 50 women pregnant at the same time. As a female, you can only be pregnant by one man at a time. And further, it benefits you as a woman to stick to that man because the more you get pregnant, the more your value declines. Stretch marks, losing the vaginal elasticity, and all of these meaningful things that attract.
So everyone's heard that little boy and what he has to say. Now I'll tell you exactly what a man actually thinks. A real man thinks that a woman's value increases 100-fold when she is pregnant. Because not only is she your partner.
Let me say this real quick. That is if that said woman is your woman. Period. Bro, I'm not going to think your woman when she's pregnant is valuable to me. When she has your child, I'm not going to think that. I'm going to have to see other factors. I'm going to have to talk to the woman. This is in case she divorced you, you know what I'm saying? She left you and, you know, she's starting to date now. So I'm going to have to overlook other factors. But she does not look more valuable to me when she has your child. No, I have to look at other factors. So this dude is solely talking about a woman that you have. Not like him seeing one of his brothers. No, not even his brothers. His friends' wives. And he sees that his friend, no. Screw that. Co-worker. I'm not even going to make it. The co-worker, he's not even that cool with. Okay? He just work. They just get work done. He sees his wife and realizes that, they had a divorce or whatever. And of course they have children together, right? He ain't gonna see that woman as valuable. He ain't gonna see his co-worker's woman as valuable because she had children with his co-worker. He is not gonna see his co-worker's wife as valuable. Nah, because of that factor. He's probably gonna think her valuable as some good play in the bedroom, you know what I'm saying? He probably gonna think that, but that's not it. But this dude is talking about his woman in general, like your woman. That's not what bro was talking about. Listen to what bro was talking about in the back.
As a female, you can only be pregnant by one man at a time. And further, it benefits you as a woman to stick to that man because the more you get pregnant, the more your value declines.
When he said the more you get pregnant, the more your value declines, he was talking to other men. He was talking about other men. He was not talking about this as if you're that one man she got pregnant by. He was talking about to other men, your value declines. And the stretch marks, that's natural. I don't even know why he said that. That was corny. That part right there was corny because that's a normal thing. But typically, the man is going to see value in his woman. Typically, the man is going to see value in his woman if he's going to try to get her pregnant anyway. But he is talking about other men that are looking at this said woman. That is what he was talking about. He was not talking about your wife. No.
stretch marks, losing the vaginal elasticity, and all of these meaningful things that attract.
So everyone's heard that little boy and what he has to say. Now I'll tell you exactly what a man actually thinks. A real man thinks that a woman's value increases 100-fold when she is pregnant. Because not only is she your partner and you love her already.
See? She's your partner and you love her already. He didn't even understand the full context of that video. He was talking about other men, how other men will view your partner once she has your child.
She is now carrying your seed, your offspring. So you go into protection mode. You wait on her hand and foot. You treat her like an absolute queen. You're not worried about stretch marks and the elasticity of her vagina. You're worried about whether she's happy and she's healthy and the baby's healthy. You're cooking, you're cleaning, you're making sure she's like a fragile piece of glass in your hand at this stage, and it's your job to make sure you don't drop it. You don't let her drive. You don't let her do anything. You wait on her hand and foot. That's what a real man does. He protects his family and he protects his partner, and he makes sure that everything's all right. You know, he makes sure she takes her supplements and her, you know what I mean, her forever mum pills and her, you know, this guy's a dickhead. This real man.
Listen what this one about to say.
Yes, come through, white Nubian king. Why Zaddy has spoken. Okay, so we see this Dusty Nignog talking about how women who have children, their value decreases. He says something very, very dumb about it makes you looser down there, which is just the silliest thing that I've ever heard. That's not something that.
Now, granted, the things that he said about the woman's stretch marks and the whole other part, that part right there, that's unnecessary, bro. That's natural. I'd rather have that than the plastic surgeon. The plastic surgeon type of body. I'd rather have that. Okay? I'd rather have the stretch marks.
That's accurate or has any validity at all. Anyway, this fool is dumb, and White Zaddy calls him out on his nonsense. He's
like I said, it was all out of context. It was all out of context. They didn't really truly understand what he was talking about. He was talking about how men will view your wife, your ex-wife. They're not gonna see her value as in her pregnancy. That's for you and your wife, bro. Like he was saying, taking care of her and everything. Yeah, do that. But that's when you find that woman. That woman that is worthy to have your seed. You know what I'm saying? He was talking about how men, the black dude in the prior thing, he was talking about how men, and I know for a fact this is how every man thinks, not just black men. It's how every man thinks. Even if the woman is beautiful and good looking, like body wise, everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if she's like that, we're not gonna see value in her children off rip. No, that's not happening. And I can even think he would agree the doggone same thing if he was viewing another woman's children, not his children with his woman. I'm talking about another man's children and a woman that he finds attractive. He is not going to think that her children are the best thing ever at first. No, never happens. It's even been demonstrated in movies, TV shows, and stuff. It just never will be like that. Never. At first. I'm not saying it will never end up, accumulating emotion and feelings towards those said children. I'm just saying that in the beginning, off rip, it'll never come off as that. That's all I'm trying to say.
He says, only a culture of degeneracy will think a woman who births your kids loses values, dummy.
He wasn't talking about him having a woman that birthed his kids. He was talking about how other men view it.
It's like, nah, she actually is more valuable because she's responsible for birthing and raising and rearing your kids. He says true.
Now, some men actually don't understand that to a degree, but yeah, I'm talking about the men that are actually getting these women pregnant and don't see the value in their chick being pregnant. Those men are the true dusties. But not that, dude.
True masculine men,
I don't know.
true alpha men step up to the plate. They rise to the occasion. They're, in fact, even more protective, and it makes him become more of a provider and more defensive of his family. In this video, he even likens the mother of his children to a glass and says, real men instinctually want to protect.
I ain't got time for all the talking. This part right here, watch this. Hold on.
And so let's watch this and then we will talk through.
So something else I've been hearing, Dr. Peterson, a lot of young men have been sharing with me, and I'm not sure how much you've heard of it or experienced it. They've been sharing that, that they feel as though the average woman has no desire for the average male, and that because of things like social media, online dating, things along those lines, as well as just some of the female empowerment, where a lot of women have this is what they say, an elevated sense of self, that now they feel like they're above a lot of these average males, which also contributes to a disparity between young adults being able to connect and form meaningful relationships.
Yeah, well, women are more picky in their mate choices than men, especially sexually. That's the case in every culture. And it's not surprising because women have more at stake sexually than men do. I would say to young men who are irritated at women is, if you're irritated at women, as a class of creature, there's something wrong with you, because they're right. You're wrong. They're right to not pick you. If they're not picking you, it's because they're right. What do you expect from women? If you got pregnant because you had sex, you'd be pretty damn choosy too. So, clue in a bit. And then, well, don't they find you attractive? Well, maybe you're not. Like, have you paid attention to how you dress? Do you have a plan? Are you as educated as you could be? Are you a liar? Are you a rabid pornography user? If you're rejected constantly and you're out there really trying, because that's another thing to ask yourself is, well, how many women have you actually asked out? And are you so sure that you're not picking women who will certainly reject you because you're trying to bat out of your league? Because you might be. If you were better, you'd be more successful with women. Yeah. So you have to have that in your mind. And you cannot be angry at women. It's stupid.
So you feel as though, Dr. Peterson, is that, for the men who are complaining about the standards of women today and it being elevated, that it's not so much a focus of pointing the finger at them not choosing them, but more so looking in the mirror and asking themselves what can they do to improve themselves to be so desirable, instead of focusing simply in on the inability of what
be
you're
a little
today.
stronger, be a little stronger, dress a little better, speak a little more clearly, aim a little higher, and practice that.
We stand a man who embraces accountability, y'all. I can't. And you see, this whole entire time, this Dusty said nothing. And you'll know.
This is exactly why I say this is not helping. Because what she just did, overall, she didn't even know the whole context of why he was brought on this man's show. Let's make this very clear. You forgot that is that man's show that he brought him on. Dr. Peterson. He brought Dr. Peterson on his show to tell men to stop complaining about that. You know how he did it? Is by letting him elaborate, letting him talk. You know what I'm saying? Because men and women, when we come together on the podcast, we're always bickering. And the reason why we're always bickering is because we don't know how to communicate to one another. And we don't know how to respect one another when another person is talking. We like to overtalk one another, etc. It's a bad habit. I even have it. I'll take accountability and say that I even have it, and that needs to stop. But it happens between both parties. Men and women do it. And it needs to stop. But she over here just called him a dusty just because of him being quiet. He brought him on his platform. That black man brought Mr. Peterson on his platform to speak. So why wouldn't he let him speak? And mind you, I know that channel, that's Hafiz, the roommates. He typically tells men to get on their purpose, but watch what she keeps saying about him.
Notice a recurrent theme here. Once we see a real alpha man come into the room, these Dusties cower and submit. He's just nodding his head and smiling in submission.
You know the reason why he's nodding and smiling is because he believes these are the things that needs to be said to our men, whether it's white, Hispanic, or black, or Asian. These are the things that needs to be said. I agree 100% with Mr. Peterson. I agree 100% with Mr. Peterson, and I believe Hafiz does too. But you over here degrading him when he's just agreeing with him. That's the funny thing is, you think he's being submissive, he's cowering, when he's actually understanding and agreeing. That's what I'm just saying, man.
If it was a woman on this show, he would be cussing her out. He would be saying, "Oh, that's what's wrong with modern women. Oh, you're masculine. Oh, you're the problem. Oh, you need to choose better."
If you watch his doggone streams, he does the same thing to men. But you don't watch that. You just watch what he does to women. Y'all pay attention to only what they do to women, not what they do to men. I literally subscribe to his channel based off of him getting on men. Literally. Most of his videos are due to talking to men, teaching men to how to control their emotions, keep their mental in check, make sure they're making more money, giving them books. He's one of the biggest people that's giving me like deals on books. He's trying to make sure our men are educated, and you're degrading him because you don't even know the full scope of his content. You're just watching clips and think that, oh, he's being submissive to this white man. No, he just has respect for this man because this man is successful and he is on that road to getting there. And matter of fact, he's already gotten to that point. He's still just trying to help his brothers get to that point. His channel barely even talks about him getting on women. Now, he does have call-in shows when he does talk to them, but usually they will get disrespectful off rip first, and then he'll have to check them. That's pretty much how it is. That's how most of it goes. Even with Kevin Samuels, the women start getting disrespectful towards him, and then he has to check them because he doesn't even know that person. You don't let some random person, whether woman or male, come on your platform and disrespect you on your platform. No, you're not gonna do that. So, regardless, I just wanted to share this because I didn't want this video to be too long. But this woman's channel isn't really that helpful. She over here degrading Rihanna's pregnancy, calling her the struggle lovebird, Rihanna. And I'm just like, yeah, she's struggling because she's in the industry. She's dated popular people such as Drake and Chris Brown, and those didn't end up being that good. And now she's degrading her relationship with A$AP Rocky. But I believe Rihanna, after all those experiences, after all those failures, knows how to operate and deal with men of this higher caliber. I believe she understands how to move about it now. Wouldn't you? After all of her experiences, after all her hardships, being in the industry and being a black woman in the industry, trying to get a black man out of it. It's tough. Of certain things you have to accept. But just because she decided to accept certain things with A$AP Rocky, she's labeled as a Dusty. A struggle lovebird. And then you have this right here. Her getting on Big Sean for being with Janae Aiko, which she is mixed, by the way. And she thought, that he was pandering to black women because he was saying that black woman is God and everything. And his album was about to drop, and he was over here, you know, celebrating his black woman. And she thought, and a lot of women also thought too, if you watch the video, that she was pandering. And no, he was pandering. My bad. He was pandering to black women. And was getting on him for getting with a mixed woman. And I was just like, and I want you guys to literally see this. See this stupidity real quick. Hold on. Because I was watching a little bit of it. And
Talk long enough. He even
it's lagging.
says himself.
It's lagging. Oh no.
That you won't gain any traction or any success without the love or hate from black women. So this is him trying to garner and ask his black woman to garner our love. All right, this is long. This Dusty has a big mouth, and this post is endless. It's almost over with, though, so bear with me. Say no to every dollar. Black women after struggle podcasters Fugly and Fuckboy went viral last week for denigrating black women. Okay, so let's pull up this post. So, and if you're not privy to what happened last week, some Dusty ads that he's historically, I think he's still in a relationship actually with Janae Aiko, which is a preference, a biracial preference. Also, I think he dated Ariana Grande. He also dated who's the poor girl who passed away, who drowned in a lake. He dated her as well. She was a white woman. You know, it's like, leave us alone. Leave us in our pockets alone, Dusty. Because y'all have been pedestalizing non-black women for years. So please continue to do so, especially when it comes to your album releases. You know, they're relying on you.
See? She was like, oh, he's pretty much white womanizer, pretty much. He only cares about them, really, so he should go to his advertisements to white women, when typically his music is directed towards the black community regardless. So it's just crazy to me how she said that. But she said it was a preference, but then she was just like talking about all the white women he ever been with and tell him to go back to pondering to them and pedestalizing them. But clearly, if you go back over here, what is this? What is this? These two videos right here, what is this? You know what I'm saying? This one says die alone, right? But she's with a white man. She's with a white man. She's with a white man. Mind you, I have no problem with this. She's with a white man. Pretty sure this is another video of that too. Where else is when she's pandering and pedestalizing the white man? She has multiple videos. Another one right here. And I have one right here. I have no problem with that. But she's over here pandering, pedestalizing the white man, but gets mad when another brother does it to the white woman. And I'm not saying that Big Sean is doing it, but if he was doing it, you're doing the opposite. You're not doing the opposite. You're doing the same thing, but just opposite genders. Like, what the heck? So that's why I'm just like, why is she even doing this? And I'm not saying that she's a bad woman or anything like that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that this type of content does not help our black women or our black men. It just doesn't. And this is exactly why we have to become better and have the conversations of understanding one another, because just degrading each other, and then she, like I said, she degraded freaking Rihanna. She degraded Nicki Minaj for having a reasonable conversation with Kevin Samuels, calling Nicki Minaj a dust bunny, but yet she's married to a black man. Like, black women that are winning, they can't win with this woman. And the black man that, or the mixed woman can't even win with their black man either. Like, it's always a problem. It is always a problem. But, oh, it's okay for the interracial dating with this one. And the funny thing is, how you gonna get mad at Big Sean for getting with a light-skinned woman, but advocate interracial dating, which creates light-skinned beings? Like, if a white man impregnates a black woman like this woman right here, this one right here, if he impregnates her, 9 times out of 10, that baby gonna come out light-skinned with some blue eyes. Am I mad at that? No, I'm not. But come on now, how you gonna get mad at that when this type of relationship creates this type of woman right there? This type of relationship creates a Janae Aiko. I don't know how to say her name. Sorry, but how you gonna get mad at that? Like, that just doesn't make any sense to me, bro. It doesn't make any sense. I hope she, even if she does see this video, I hope she understands that I think her presentation is very good, and everything, but it just advocates the wrong thing. She even has a video of getting on white women. She tries to get on white women. She gets on black men for dating white women. You know what I'm saying? Like, where's that video? I know I saw it, where she was trying to get on white woman's weight, but she's not getting on black woman's weight. Like, how are you gonna get on the white woman's weight, but not the black woman's weight? Well, because there's a weight issue in both races, but you're only gonna address that one? Give me a second, y'all. It's taking a minute. Right here, the great white whale. And then look, even our gay brothers can't even win with this woman. Even the gay black man can't even win. No, none of them can win. This is how delusional this people is. I mean, some of our people are, and she's black. And guess how many views she's getting? Hold up, my bad. Over 3 million women have watched her videos. 3 million. And they support this type of content. And they don't understand. And she said, leading black women, Exodus 1, divisor at a time. Diva store or whatever. I don't even care at this point. I'm just sad at this, man. This right here is proof that it does not help our black women. This doesn't help our black women, bro. It does not. It does not. This doesn't. It doesn't even help the men. It just makes us see why we don't want to be with you. Y'all, because y'all hate on yourselves, you hate on us, and then you hate on the white woman, but don't want to say nothing about the white man. Talk about, tell me you an Uncle Ruckus without telling me you an Uncle Ruckus. You feel me? Like, it's just like, and this is a very educated, smart black woman. This it's sad. And the fact is, like, even if you was to be with a white man, what white man would want you to be hating on your own people? Calling your people dusties, dust bunnies. Using hateful, slanderous terms to your people. How are your people going to view you? How is your man going to view you? And I don't think that's what black women think about. They don't think about how their men are going to view them. And this includes even if you want to get with a white man. Why would he want to be with you when you're disrespecting your own men? That's something to think about, man. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. I know it was a long one because I had to let this one out because this is just sad. This is really just sad. And I hope y'all understand I have no hatred towards this woman. I think this woman is very smart and I believe she has a lot of potential. That's why she's getting all these views, because her consistency and her presentation is phenomenal. I have to give her that. I have to. I'm not going to discredit that from her at all. But her content towards our community is not helpful. Man, in my community, in our community, if you straight up call any black person a dusty, whether male or female, that is fighting words. And this is exactly what I be saying. We don't know how to talk to one another. Y'all don't even know how to talk to each other as sisters. We already showed y'all in the previous video, or yeah, the other video, that she said that degrading women is only for women. It's feminine. Women are not even supposed to be degrading each other. Nobody's supposed to be degrading anybody. That's why degrading is used as a negative term. Period. But hey, we ain't having these conversations, and therefore look where we at. It's sad. It's really sad. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I hope y'all learned something from this, because I sure did. And I hope to catch y'all in the next one. Deuces.
Yeah. Yeah. Kingdom grind. We don't want no dimes. I'm rich this time. Pay the crap no mind.